The judges were impressed with 404 Inc.'s ability to pause, take stock, and come back with fresh ideas and compelling strategy. The panel felt that their branding is strong and coherent, and that the list has distinct, real character that adds value. In some ways, 404 Inc. had a more behind-the-scenes year. They focused on developing their authors and their books, and they undertook careful planning for their non-fiction list and the new Inklings series. Overall, the panel was struck by the time spent honing persuasive strategy and new plans, which has clearly paid off for them.
They've got a really strong brand and a strong, coherent list that the books all sit together really well. One of their latest titles, Constitution Street, they've really kind of gone to town on ways of promoting it and having the author talk to the story and to the people involved in the book and so on, which is great. They had a real kind of breakneck first few years, 404. They just sort of were on a really accelerated, fast rocket. And I suppose the worry was that it would be the light that burns twice as bright burns half as long. But I think now the 404 has really established itself as a publisher and as a home for really good quality Scottish books and Scottish publishing and publishing from out with Scotland. And I think they're going to be here for a long time, and that's a really, really good thing to see.
The judges were impressed with Scotland Street Press's website redesign and their ever-evolving list, which shows integrity and belief in their authors. Of particular note was the brave and risk-taking nature of their publishing programme, which is a valuable contribution to the overall ecosystem of publishing in Scotland currently. The judges also noted Scotland Street Press's commitment to continual development, with a notable new deal with Trafalgar Square Distribution in the US and undertaking a new digital skills training programme to take such skills to a new data-driven level.
You can really tell that they've chosen books because they have a passion for them, and that kind of belief and passion filters all the way through the application and through the books that they're publishing, the way that they're promoting them, and their website, which is also fantastic. And that's really an unusual and unique thing in a small publisher. It was great to see. Charco had a great year in terms of innovation. There's lots of energy and new ideas, and they really seem to focus on international partnerships. There were some really interesting models and partnerships that they've been doing in the last year, which I think shows a real kind of adaptation to working in lockdown and the pandemic, because they're working in what is traditionally certainly in the UK, a very tough area, which is publishing translated fiction and non-fiction. But even given the fact, you would hardly know from their output and the professionalism and how good their website is and how great their books look, that there's basically two people running this thing, and that's really something of note and something incredible.
They are a significant asset for publishing in Scotland. They are exciting and unafraid to innovate. The judges particularly noticed the strength of their highly curated list and their branding, and their fantastic ability to be simultaneously outward-looking and international, whilst not neglecting their Scottish roots and context. The judges noted how dynamic new Scottish partnerships had been formed, and their highly focused and unique publishing programme centred around translation of contemporary Latin American authors. Overall, the judges felt that Charco Press punched well above their weight in all key publishing areas, including marketing and production, and we commended their huge ambition, dedication, and growth despite this challenging time. They tackled and indeed embraced the challenges of the pandemic by boldly seizing the past year as a time to innovate and to strategically and quickly react. This included an extensive boost to virtual events and promotion, a savvy backlist pivot, and working to increase the diversity of their overall list. Canongate's commitment to Scottish authors remains clear, and best-selling authors such as Mac Haig catalysed really impressive sales. Overall, the panel felt that Canongate had had a truly exceptional year. By continuously embracing change and commercial opportunities, they've emerged as leaders in so many ways.
They really seem to have grasped the opportunity of having to think and publish in a different way, both in promoting their backlist in new ways online and social media and so on. They've had some fantastic front lists. They've had a huge #1 bestseller with Matt Haig, and lots of other terrific books. But I think for me, the thing that really stood out was the way that they've really concentrated on their staff and letting their staff innovate, and during a lockdown, which was a really sort of interesting and potentially risky model for them. They've got all the staff working from home, but they've got people that are moving sort of from editorial into sales and sales into marketing, and just really letting the staff grow organically, just in ways to find new ways to innovate and to get their books out there and support their authors as best they can. And it really, really seems to have worked. That investment in their staff and investment in people